All right, I'm gonna give my opinion on the first few episodes of BMF. You already know I'm not like a big fan of Curtis outside of rap. All right, I was surprised he didn't get the blowing money fast from Rick Ross. You know, Rick Ross. You know the song "I Think I'm Big Meech." You know, he wanted to actually get that song on the sound on the to be the theme song, which would have been dope. But Rick Ross said, you know, you had to do a video, take a picture with promoting my Bel Air liquor and wing stop. And like I said before, you know, 50 Cent is a man with pride and he ain't gonna do that, which, you know, I wish they would have just crunched numbers or whatever the situation was gonna be about it. You know, I'm from Detroit, you know, but you know, I'm gonna be objective and shit like that, you know. But like I said before, man, I had no interest in watching this show. I had no interest in watching this show with Curtis. I watched the first episode of Power, never watched any of the Power books, never watched anything else. I thought that other than Amari Hardwick, I thought the acting was straight pitiful, straight horrible and garbage. And the thing about it, when you watch like Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, and Sons of Anarchy, if you ain't ever watched none of those shows, that's kind of the standard, bro. And I tried to get into Snowfall as well too. It's not a Curtis thing so much. I tried to get into Snowfall too. I just couldn't really get into it, and it was great production. The acting was great, but you know, but watching BMF, yeah, I watched the first time, man. We sat down and watched it, and it was straight. You know, got me to watch it again, and you know, kind of, you know, talked about, you know, all the shit I already know about, but the 50 Boys and Southwest. You go to Southwest. I mean, that's like kind of like downriver. That's like the beginning of it. My dad had a car shop right like Detroit to River Roots border. You got River Roots, Wyandotte. Um, you got all Trenton down there. So they got like a Chrysler plant in Trenton right off the water. Elizabeth Park used to go there every year for the jazz festival. You know, so yeah, I'm very familiar with the area. My people's in E-course, you know, kind of like Inkster, E-course, Taylor, they all like right there with E-course, and like stars like that's like more kind of considered like kind of downriver Southwest, and Southwest is a serious place, man. I've been like people say they take me to the number streets and shit. Nah, I went to school in the number street. I went to school right on McGraw. You know, if y'all watch McGraw Ave, I went to school right on McGraw in Grand River. We used to go down there, hoop, like open runs down there at Chassis. That's a little bit further down on McGraw. The races used to be on like McGraw. I think like Livernois used to have like drag races and shit of that nature. I remember police chased somebody over there. So very, very familiar with the area, man. That's no place that you really, really want to go. I remember my homie was walking back to the crib. He got jumped and shit. He has to do like, why you ain't help me? He said, oh no, you like that dog, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you got like Murray Wright used to be over there, Northwestern, West Side. I used to go to City for a minute. I mean, all over the area, you know, dangerous, dangerous. And at one point, they had Northern down there too. You walk all the way down to the north end, and Northern down there too. That's towards like Detroit Highland Park area, man. Like dangerous areas and shit like that. I've seen people get pepper sprayed and jumped. I seen a girl nigga drive by, throw money on. I seen niggas jump out cars. Seen niggas get jumped. Seen niggas get hit with bricks. Like I said, it was an area when I was going to high school over there. But you know, ultimately, man, it's straight. I think people talking about the acting in it, it's straight. Like I said before, the father is probably doing the best job. Like he really shining. Little Meech doing a great job too, man. What blew my mind said he didn't know his father was doing all of that, man. And my man's just playing his brother Southwest T, man. He sounds just like Jason Mitchell, bro. Is that Jason Mitchell? He sounds just like Jason Mitchell, man, from who played Easy E, who played in the Shy. I started watching the Shy after he left. Wasn't no point in watching it. Yeah, I thought his name Da Vinci. I thought that nigga was I thought he was Jason Mitchell. He sounded just like him. He sounded just like David Mitchell. I mean Jason Mitchell, bro. Just like him, man. But yeah, the first episode it kind of got me in. I think in the first episode, I think in the first episode, you know, he lost, you know, kind of his parents started to figure out he was selling dope. Meech. I always thought Southwest T was older. I don't know why I always thought that, but I guess because he got shot in the eye and you know what I'm saying, they found this piece in the crib and got threw him out, and you know what I'm saying. You know, T was supposed to get rid of the gun, and their parents didn't know that Southwest T was. You know, that's was the biggest thing about it. Their parents didn't know the first 3 episodes that they were selling dope. Third episode, his father, you know, T was selling dope. Third episode, you know, when he got shot, when he was still in the hospital, shot out, they figured it out. But his father started to figure it out and stuff, and they got mad, and he said stay away from him and stuff of that nature. I mean, you know, like I said, it's a based on a loosely true story. Obviously, they don't want to indict themselves and open up new cases, but But like I said before, man, you know, the first episode was dope. You know what I'm saying? They go to some club or whatever, and then you know his brother get shot in the eye. And then the second episode, you know, he go around pistol whipping people and trying to figure out who shot his brother and all that. And then his crew started to question them because he ain't dropped the dude that said they did, but he didn't. The dude that said they did, J Mo, he didn't even drop his brother. I already knew that. I knew that. As soon as you know they said his brother, you know what, his brother was laying in the bed in the second episode. He said, T. He said, Meech, focus on the business. Focus on the bit. When he said focus on the business, he kind of said something. He kind of hesitated. He knew that Lamont character, whatever the dirtiest nigga, man, the dirtiest nigga on TV, bro. Ever since Dirty D from Pootie Tang, he already knew that Lamont did that, or Lamar, whatever his name. He knew that he did that. He kind of got women in there, Cash Doll. She went to City too. He was real good people. I ain't gonna put her government name on. She was good people though, but I never knew she would be a rapper though. Maybe an actor or some shit like that. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, got women getting into it. You know, old boy messing with Cash Doll character. Then her baby daddy, who ain't really her baby daddy, her daughter come out and they got beef, and he got his old corners, and they got to worry about him, and he the dirtiest nigga on TV. Hold on, put him on here. Dirtiest nigga on TV, bro. He playing this role well. He playing this role well. This is the dirtiest nigga I seen, bro. When they cast that nigga, they was like, this is it. Old dusty, broke, dirty nigga. He was in the bathroom tearing big girl up. Man, this character had to be real, bro. And you know, this dude went to jail, came out, and Meech was the king of his corners in. He was the king of his little baby mama that really wasn't his baby mama. And then basically they had heat. And what, you know, he was old boy came out of Meech came out of his baby mama house in I think it was episode 1. And he jumped and he came out of the house, and you know, Dusty Lamar tried to run him over. The new Dirty D, he tried to run him over. Said, stay away from my baby moms. That's really not my baby moms because that's not my daughter. And you know, basically he finessed his way back into his old baby mama. Meech came over, they had some words in the third episode. But long story short, when Meech was going around in the third episode, in the second episode, pistol whipping niggas find out who shot his brother, they got behind on the bread. Okay, they owed it to what's my man Will Harris character, and Will Harris character said, you know, he said he want to keep them behind because he don't want them to be bigger than him. You know how it is, man. They want you to get a bigger connect on a bigger scale and get bigger bread. Why my man's looking like that in the back, bro? Like, dude, why are you looking like this, bro? There's no reason to be looking like this. But you know, meanwhile, Meech worried about who killed his brother, shot his brother, which was him. Oh boy, had a bug in his operation, right? You know, and the girl that's in this operation, I guess they had she was in his old crew, whatever. And you know, basically she told him everything about Meech and them operation. And now it's really about to go down. I don't know how many episodes it is, but now it's really about to go down, man. And you know, and he should have kicked her out when the crackhead like really beat old girl butt up. He should have kicked her. He started to kick her out the game, in which he should have kicked him out the game and out the thing. And like I said before, it's actually a really good show. I mean, could the acting be a lot better? Absolutely, but you know, it ain't The Wire. You know, it ain't The Wire. So I mean, it's, you know, it ain't gonna be those shows I name. That's what we looking for. Even with the new technology and all that, and new camera angles and cinema quality going up, it ain't gonna be The Wire. I think that's why people that actually watch The Wire, and every year a lot of people watch it over again. Every yearly, most of the fans watch it over again. That's why we can't get with new stuff, because The Wire, Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Son of Anarchy, they set the scale so high with writing and acting, and dude, they set the scale high. But overall, man, it's good, man. The plot good, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who narrating it. I don't know if it's Lil Meech narrating. I think it might be. It don't sound like Big Meech, but like I said, it's a good show. I'm gonna continue to watch. You know, but it wasn't people were saying after one episode, he's better than The Wire. Come on, man. Most of the people ain't never watched The Wire. But you know, like my man right here, he trying to get his corners back, and he beat up this gang. I think it was one of them gangs. He beat up their leader, threatened him in the hospital, and said, "Don't come back." He trying to get his corners back. Somebody with no resources, no money. That's the daughter that he is. You know, he's just trying to finesse the game. Supposed to be an OG in the game, trying to finesse it. But I mean, you know, their parents trying to figure out that, you know, Meech dragged his brother into selling dope, and you know how big they is on the streets and stuff of that nature. I want to know. My thing is, I want to know how they went on the grand scale like they did. That's the most intriguing part. You know, how did they? I know they may not tell the truth on that, but I want to know how did they? You know, from their words, how did they kind of really get? I kind of want to see how they actually got there for real. Even if it's fake character, I want to know how they got to an international dope operation, bro. Remember they was in Mexico forming plugs. You know what I'm saying? This dude Meech, they had more on Big Meech than they had on Southwest T. I mean, they had more on Southwest T than they did Big Meech. T must have been moving sloppy, bro. Because Meech had billboards all day. They said Meech could have literally, he could have been exonerated. He could have been proven innocent. But if he wasn't proven innocent, he would have got life. So, you know, Rick Ross told him to take the 20 years. So I think he been in there around 08, 09. So he didn't did 10. I mean, he did well 10 with 12, 13. He get out 2028. They pushed it back. He could have got out. You know, they said had he not been doing that gang shit in prison. I know he regret doing that. But like I said, overall the show is solid. You know, I feel my standards is high because the way I grew up with shows like that, man. Remember the X-Files and shit? But man, this nigga is the dirtiest nigga out. This nigga, man, I can't wait till he get popped expeditiously. But I mean, like I said before, I mean, the thing that made The Wire so good and made that so good, so about that show made it so good is that it was like 3 shows in one show. And each episode, you had, you know, one season you had the Greeks doing their thing, you had, you know, Omar doing this thing, you had Wood Harris and who was the real I forget what his character called. I forget what his character was called, man. We all know what's my man's name. He just passed away a couple years ago. He just passed away. What was my man's name? Him and Omar was literally, if you read the story about him and Omar, I haven't read the whole one, but the real story about him and Omar, you know what I'm saying, how they was in the streets. Avon Barksdale, I don't know how I forgot that dude. Avon and Omar, the real, I mean, not Avon and Marlo, the real story, man, that shit was crazy, man. Trying to buy police officers off to kill niggas and shit and drop them off. Wow. But yeah, that was what made Breaking Bad so good was one of those stereotypical niggas in that for real. None, you know. But the actor was great in that. Bryan Cranston shined in that. I mean, my man that played Need for Speed shined for that too. But it was just good. You know, it was different characters coming in, showing them 2 people, a drug flunky and the guy who didn't know nothing about dope, learning about meth and cooking meth and not serving crack to black people. You know, Sons of Anarchy was just different, you know. They had multiple stuff going on there too. That was different. But yeah, I like the show. I'm gonna continue to watch the show. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna watch it on time every week. But yeah, the first 3 episodes was dope, man. I'll give it to him 50 solid. He said, you know, it took time for him to kind of, you know, it looked like everything lining up the way it is. It took time to get this passed. But like I said, it could be some improvements. Like I said, I just never been a fan of the acting that he been cast. The father can act for sure. He might be the best actor on there. The father, you know, obviously Will Harris too. You know, he had a minimum role, but yeah, it was so much that went on, man. He caught the plug. Meech caught the plug being high. That's going to change everything. And, you know, going to the factories, trying to get selling dope to the factory workers, getting a food truck out of my man's and helping them out and stuff. So it's actually a really, really good show, good storyline. I enjoyed it. We'll continue to watch it. But hey, check out the music and entertainment playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate that. Hit the bell icon all notification game. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook group. You want to advertise the channel, video request, chop it up, all that good stuff. Want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.